I'm honestly going to keep this short and simple. Reason why is because whenever it comes to how I got introduced into the occult, it's quite a complicated measure. And what I mean by that is it started from an event I had with a friend Bev, whom I used to convey with. And it was a school friend, pretty much uh, a long time ago, whenever I was like, what, 14, 15. And me and her used to talk and fuck around and shit like that. But the thing is that she moved away, and that was when my life started falling apart, in which I didn't realize that she was the reason as to why I was falling apart. But it wasn't because it was her fault per se. It was just because I guess I didn't say what I needed to say to her at the time. And let's just say how I got introduced was through a tarot video reading one day. Back then, I was a hardcore fucking Bible reading Christian motherfucker. And what's funny is that I was infested with so many fucking demons that honestly, it just felt like it was fucking miserable. And which, I don't know, that's just what happens whenever fucking you're so hardcore and tight to what the Bible says, or per se, I don't fucking know. I'm not going to point blames towards the Bible, but it was just my perception of the book at the time of which really fucked me up. Especially whenever it comes to mainstream way of looking at it, it did not help me. It fucking tore me up. And after I watched that tarot video reading one day, now this was 3 years after she left, in which I pretty much secluded myself, of course. And no, that's whenever the demon infestations were happening, and I wasn't convening with them at the time. Uh, then the video pretty much revealed to me that there were some things in which I needed to say to her, in which I didn't say, and that lit a light bulb in my head, and I thought life was going to be better. I thought life was going to be great. So I tried to connect with her. That didn't work. It sure as fuck did not work. Even though we did have a spiritual connection, what I mean by that, no. People can say it's horseshit or not, but from my fucking experience, it's quite fucking literal truth. Uh, Me and her had a telepathic link. Shit was fucking hairy because I could feel her, being with other guys. And at that time, I was fucking hating life. Oh, dude. Imagine if you're Imagine if you could see through your ex's eyes and you feel everything. Oh my god, it's fucking gracious. It's like at that time I wasn't laughing. But that's what I had to deal with for about another 3 to 4 months with that connection because I didn't know what the fuck to do with it. And I was constantly trying to communicate with her. Nothing happened. And life just went down fucking hill quick and fast. Until I realized how to fucking let go of the connection, in which it was a bitch of an attempt, quite a few attempts, I say. And what's funny is that after I let go of the connection was whenever, for some reason, I was getting attention from her. But I was like, fuck no, I just stayed away from that situation completely. But whenever it came to the teachings itself, after I pretty much went through so many fucking twists and turns whenever I got introduced to it, I realized I had a lot of familiarity with it, and I didn't, because it's strange. It felt like I internally knew what the fuck I needed to do whenever it came to the topics of which were being brought up, and it just felt natural to me. And granted, some people, whenever they get introduced to these certain topics, it would feel alien to them. They would think it's bullshit and horseshit. For me, I already understood the graspings of what they were mentioning whenever it came to the intangible planes and the tangible planes. The intangible planes, for instance, the times in which we're up in space and not necessarily here, like daydreaming and shit, that's the intangible planes, okay? You're somewhere of which is intangible. And I already had a very good grasp of that whenever you keep your mouth shut for 3 years and you don't say anything and you're up there in the tangible world. Trust me. Then whenever you look into the occult, then suddenly everything makes fucking sense. Uh, but that was definitely how I got introduced. And I don't know if it's canny to go into further details. Reason why is because there's so much to fucking include upon it. It's like I'm going to go ahead and keep it slow and steady for now, and fuck, I might just make this a part one and add a part two later. But hopefully this will be good enough, and hopefully y'all get the gist of what the fuck has been pretty much happening.